Once upon a time in a lush green forest, there lived a very thirsty crow. This crow was so thirsty that he would do anything to quench his thirst. One day, while searching for water, this crow came across a pitcher. It was an earthen pot, and the crow thought that it had some water in it. So he went closer and started pecking at it, but it did not have any water. The crow was disappointed. But then he noticed that there was some little water at the bottom of the pitcher. It was not much, but the crow thought that it was enough to quench his thirst. But unfortunately, it was stuck at the bottom, and he could not reach it. The smart crow knew what to do in such a situation. First, he looked around to see if he could find something heavy to drop into the pitcher, and just then he saw a stone nearby. He picked up the stone in his beak and dropped it into the pitcher. As soon as the stone fell into the pitcher, the water level rose and some water spilled out of the mouth of the pitcher. The crow quickly drank some of that water and felt much better. But there was still some water left at the bottom of the pitcher, and it was still out of the crow's reach. So again, the crow went to find another stone. He found one and dropped it into the pitcher. Again, the water level rose, and once again some water spilled out. The thirsty crow drank some more water and felt much better. This continued for some time, and slowly the water level rose higher and higher. After dropping many stones into the pitcher, finally the crow could reach the water. He dipped his entire head into the pitcher and drank all the water and felt completely quenched. Now, the question is, why did the crow put stones in the pitcher? Why didn't he simply drink the water from the mouth of the pitcher? To understand what lesson this story is trying to teach us, we need to look at these questions. First of all, the crow could easily drink water from the mouth of the pitcher, but why didn't he do that? He could have done that right away. But think about what would have happened if he did that. If the crow had drunk the little water from the mouth of the pitcher, then it would have been completely finished. There would have been no water left in the pitcher, and the crow would have become even more thirsty. So the smartest thing for the crow to do was to leave some water in the pitcher so that he could drink it later and quench his thirst. The second question is, why did the crow put stones in the pitcher? What was the need for that? Putting stones in the pitcher increased the weight at the bottom of the pitcher. Because of that, the water could not come out from the pitcher. Instead, it pushed the water to rise higher and higher. This way, the crow could drink the water from the mouth of the pitcher, and there was plenty of water for him. From this story, we learn that sometimes we need to make changes to the things around us so that we can achieve our goals. Sometimes we need to take some hard steps so that we can get rid of the problems we face in life. Also, when we do that, we must be thoughtful and smart. We should know how our actions will affect the things around them. Think back to the story. If the crow had put bigger stones in the pitcher, then the water level would have risen even faster. In that case, the crow would have become thirsty again, because the water would have overflowed and drained out of the pitcher. The water level would have risen only as much as the stones were heavy. If the crow had dropped a big stone in the beginning, then perhaps he would have been successful in drinking water in just one go. But the crow chose to drop small stones one by one. Because of that, the water level rose gradually, and he could drink water without any problem. In the same way, sometimes in life too, we try to achieve our goals in a rush. We take big and fast steps. Because of that, instead of achieving our goal, we often make things worse. Just like the crow, Sometimes we need to slow down and take small, thoughtful steps to solve the problems we face. We should always remember, even the smallest bird like a crow can outsmart the smartest human being. If the human being wastes his intelligence, sometimes we humans overthink and complicate simple things. Because of that, we are not able to find simple solutions to our problems. In fact, we make our problems even bigger. In such situations, we should learn from nature and the animals around us. They may seem unintelligent, but they are actually very smart. Their intelligence developed naturally through evolution. Over millions of years, they have learned to use whatever they have around them to solve their problems. We should also learn from them. When we face any problem, we should look around us to see what resources we have and how we can use them to solve our problem. In the story, the crow used a stone to solve his problem. In a similar way, we can use our knowledge and experience to solve problems. We must always remember that every problem has a solution. Sometimes the solution is right in front of us, but we are not able to see it. In such situations, we should calm ourselves and think slowly and carefully. Only then will we be able to find the solution. Sometimes the solution is not in front of us, and for that we have to go and search for it. Like the crow who searched for stones to solve his problem, in the same way, we also need to go and gather information from different sources to find the solution. But remember, just like the crow took small stones one by one, we should also gather information slowly. We must be patient. Only then will we be able to find the right solution. If we don't have patience and keep on rushing, then we may make the problem even bigger. And when that happens, we need even more energy and effort to solve it. And sometimes it becomes impossible to solve the problem. So whenever you face any problem in life, first try to calm yourself. Think about what resources you have. How can you use them? Try to find the solution slowly and carefully. In this way, you will be able to solve almost every problem you face in life. And don't forget to subscribe so that you too can become a scholar and get the strength to solve every problem in life.